So how was the judging without judging? It was excellent, right? I know it. I'm going to give you a second piece of pie and a pizza which is going to taste the same way, the way the judging thing worked for you. Now you have to sell without selling. Look at Apple. Look at Nike. Look at Adidas. Or whatever brand it is that you purchase and then you blindly go, the Glares brands, right? They have so many brands, but you don't care about them. You just go and you buy Ray-Ban. Do you know the reason why you buy all these things? Probably the Apple beyond anything else and the Ray-Ban without anything else. It's not because your brain is functioning some mystical way or something, or it's creating a miracle magic in your head and you're going and you're just buying the things. That doesn't happen that way. Companies know how you behave and not how you think. So if you are actually watching this video and you already know that, I'm talking about some psychic thought process stuff, no. I'm going to talk about behavioral science. And it's completely fundamentally true. Companies know not how you think, but how you behave. Because you know what the distinction between thinking and consumer behavior is? That thinking is just thinking, it's not real. But consumer behavior versus consumer thinking. Consumer behavior is the real way in which consumers go ahead and don't pick something. So the big brands already know how you're behaving. And if you're a big brand or you want to be a big brand, you have to focus on what the target group of your customers or consumers or clients behave like. And you can actually tap the behaviors of your consumers, clients or customers. I bet all victory is yours. So actually when you talk about sales is completely irrelevant to making phone calls and talking and mouth-to-mouth publicity and putting hoardings and banners and newspaper ads, and it's irrelevance. You know what sales is relevant to? Sales is very, very relevant to value. If you have the biggest valuable product and you don't put any advertisement and you don't sell it, people will come to you, they'll buy it from you. You know what the reason is? Because that's the behavior. Consumers behave in a certain way. And they don't behave like, okay, I'm going to wait for the Facebook ad to pop up, and I'm going to wait for my newspaper to pop out a magical pamphlet or some flyer, and then I'm going to phone call and then I'm going to make it. They don't wait for stupid things like that. And all of them are probably stupid because 90% and more of these ads will fail. Do you actually click on any ad? I want to question you. I know you're laughing right now. So if you don't click on any stupid ad, how do you believe your ad will be clicked? And what are the chances? I mean, out of all the odds. So focus on creating much more value. That money which you're putting into advertisements and sales and branding, the 3 buckets, those buckets are leaking out. Those are leaking out. And you have to identify those holes. And if you want to put money, take the same money, put it into value generation. What is value generation? It's nothing but creating more solutions to the consumers, clients and customers' problems. That is what can be defined in this context as what is value generation. When you generate value, generate for your product or your service or whatever you do. And when you do that, the game is yours. You don't need any advertising. Have you seen an Apple ad on a television? Do they print something and try to convince you? Have you seen any Ray-Ban ad? Or have you seen any Rolls-Royce ad on television? Or a Lamborghini or something of that sort? You have to question, right? So billionaires don't do advertisements, or they don't depend on it massively the way we think we should depend on advertisements and sales and branding and marketing. The 3 buckets I told you, these buckets are leaking out your money. And if it's your money, you're at a loss. But if you're at the neck of, or you're rubbernecking some angel investor, and you're in big trouble because it's others' money and you're wasting it unnecessarily on things which are completely irrelevant to actual sales. So focus on actually building up more value in the thing which you are selling rather than actually pushing your products and services into the market. This is the episode. So go ahead and don't sell just in order to sell.